up, Cincinnati? We are back, and it's our birthday. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Say it's your birthday.
It's my
Gonna
birthday
have a
too,
good time. Shout out words. I don't know.
It's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah, we took a nice little Christmas break. Welcome back for all you listeners that missed us. Did they miss us? You think they missed us?
I heard they missed us. When you're putting out your next show, we waited for a couple reasons. It was the holidays. We wanted to get through that. And today is a very special episode. It is episode number 200.
200. That's 2 times 100.
2 times 100.
Yeah,
and
it's 200.
It's our birthday.
Yeah, it's our birthday. It's episode 200. This is a celebration. We didn't have a guest on because fuck guest. You know what I mean?
They wouldn't get the enthusiasm that we have. So.
Really, do you really want us to have someone on so we can talk over them the whole time? That's what we usually do, unless it's Ryan or Brent, because both of them talk a lot, and Ryan talks over us, and Brent we just don't want to talk over because he's the only interesting person we ever have on. So
very true.
Yeah. So we went solo for episode 200. We figured you missed us, and you wanted to see these smiling faces. And here we are.
It's a new year, episode 200. And don't worry, we're going to go back to the regular once-a-week thing. But we just wanted to get through the holidays and kind of reflect on 199 and beyond.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to reflect on shit. We're just going to move on. But either way, we do have people that wanted to come by and wish us a happy 200. Should we get that out of the way first?
We can do one
what's
throughout
funny?
The show.
We reached out. And when we were like, "Hey guys, can we get some feedback, some interactions for episode 200?" How many emails did we get?
3.
Well, you're overshooting it. We got 1 email we can use.
Yeah, Jeremy. No, we can't use.
Yeah, we got one guy that sent in a picture of someone's dead mother and expects us to put it up on the podcast. I can't do that. Sorry, Jeremy. Funny, but can't do that. So that's ridiculous. Then we had someone do a voice message, which I do appreciate that. That's Ron Carter. He'll be, we'll go to him later. And we got 1 email. So, not bad, I guess. But then we got all of our celebrity friends wrote in. So that's good.
And Kevin Connor stopped me last night, and he said that he came up to you with an idea for a show. Specifically this show, but I guess it could be done on any show. And at first I thought about it, and I'm like, that'd be great.
I'm really trying to rack my brain to remember what it was.
He wanted me to get a Brazilian live on the show.
Yeah.
And I could literally lay something down here and put the sheet over my, have the barrier here. And I could
Yeah, but how comfortable would you feel having Nathan's ex-girlfriend shaving your butthole?
That's why I say no.
Yeah,
and first of all, there's no shaving.
Well, okay.
But if I was to hire one, I would do it on the show.
He suggested one of our best friends' ex. That's not cool.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I want her seeing my bleeding butthole, but if it was a stranger who just did it for a living, then I would. As a matter of fact, Kevin, because you wanted to see it, I'll try to set that up because I need one right now anyway. And a lot of these girls will either do it at your house or theirs to do it freelance. And I'm sure I could have one come here. I could lay somewhere.
I don't know how well that would go over with the wife. If I tell her we're waxing buttholes out in the garage, I don't know the response.
We're not waxing her butthole.
I get it, but just any butthole. Typically people don't go, "Hey, I got a new house. We got a garage. What are you going to use it for? Waxing buttholes." That's just like, it's not the typical use of a garage. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. I'm just saying I expect a little bit of pushback on there.
I could see a little pushback.
I feel like I can navigate around it, though. I feel like we can get it done. Don't get me wrong, but
it's journalistic integrity is what it is.
Yeah, well, we got to see how this works. And we want to watch you cry. That's basically it.
Basically the camera would be here. I would just be laying under here, and all you would do is hear every strip. We could have a microphone in front of her that, hey, I'm getting ready to do the nuts now, and things like that.
Now we could set it up a way where you wouldn't see anything. It could happen. That's a project, but it could happen.
Yeah,
and I'm not laying it out. I will say though that I don't want her doing it. I just feel that's an awkwardness that we don't need.
No, I don't want that either. And when he said who, I was like, no, I would do it with a stranger that I'm not going to see again for 5 to 8 weeks, but no, not somebody I know.
All right, well let's check out at least one of these. One of our favorites wrote in or made a video for us.
I know that a lot of people wrote in to wish us well on 200. Who do we got?
Yo, this is Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion. And I just wanted to say to you guys, congratulations on 200 episodes.
Yeah, so
I fucking love yous. And I hope there's 200 more.
What is that? Did he stroke out at the end there?
I've known for years that Stallone watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody told him about my impersonation of him, and he said, I want to see this for myself. And he started laughing so much, and he couldn't fucking help it. So I thank you for writing in. We really
Sly's all loaded
that.
up on that TRT and steroids and everything, and he has no idea what's going on
You think
anymore.
he's still roiding?
Dude,
He's 70, dude.
with abs.
Well, that's true.
That's not a thing.
He's like the only one left.
Yeah, he really is. Well, I mean, Schwarzenegger's out there still. What are you talking
Yeah, but
about?
Schwarzenegger's got hanging
Yeah,
tits
Schwarzenegger's
now.
actually has tits. So he finally gave up. I mean, he's still strong. I imagine Schwarzenegger is still 3,000 times stronger than I am right now.
And I guarantee Schwarzenegger did 100 times the steroids that Stallone has
Oh,
ever
no,
even
that you're right about.
imagined,
Well,
he did it his whole life. From the time he was 14,
I think they were going for different things too. Stallone just wanted to look like a ripped dude, where Schwarzenegger was literally going for the biggest dude in the world at the time. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? When you're going for that, you need more.
Yeah.
You need to hear a little bit there.
It's like,
What to say? Congratulations.
Oh,
This is
fuck it up. Here we
Rocky
go.
Balboa,
Clint
the
Eastwood.
Italian.
This is Clint Eastwood wishing you fellas over at Shut Up Cincinnati a hearty congratulations. I especially like it when you talk about eating butts and shoving things up there. Keep up the good work, fellas. It makes me laugh.
Wow, you know what? Why that's so cool? That's an Oscar winner. That's one of the best filmmakers of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's focusing right now on congratulating us for our happy 200th or whatever, instead of like talking to a chair, which he does sometimes. He just talks to chairs.
He took time. He took time out of his busy day to congratulate. We really appreciate it. We watch your movies.
Oh, I love him. I love him. I like when the boxer breaks her neck. That's my favorite part.
She didn't break her neck.
Didn't she? She fall and broke her neck at the end.
Oh, she did on the chair. She
Yeah, it was like a super sad ending that just came out of nowhere. You're like,
Yeah,
what
they
the
put
fuck
the
did you
chair
ruin the
in.
movie for me, Clint?
That was a great fucking movie.
It was a good movie.
All right, who's next?
he's
Who
really
else
good.
wrote in?
A little blast from the past.
All I want to say is you motherfuckers are funny. When I'm not sitting on ugly pink dick or the
Dave.
occasional pussy, I'm listening to Shut Up Cincinnati. Congratulations, you motherfuckers, on 200 episodes.
That's really nice, but I don't really like Whoopi Goldberg. But it was very nice, and I thought
That was
it
Whoopi.
really,
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we pointed out that was Whoopi because not everyone.
I thought it was very insensitive for her to. She was going after Ted Danson there. Ugly.
You think
pink
that
dick.
was Ted Danson's dick?
She was the number one white guy that she
You
dated.
think she's the only Ted Danson's the only white dick Whoopi got? Whoopi's got like fucking 60 years of white dick going now, I imagine.
Yeah, but Ted Danson's not considered ugly. Women thought he was handsome.
there was a sect of people that thought Whoopi was attractive, and I don't know. I disagree with those people, but I'm just saying there was a point where she was considered not ugly. It was a very small point of her life. She's been ugly. Let's say she's 65. She's been ugly 63 years. But she hit like a 2-year prime where people looked at her a certain light and were like, maybe I could fuck Whoopi. You know, and then it quickly went out.
No, I wouldn't fuck with her.
Maybe Billy Crystal gave her a little banging.
And Robin Wilson.
Yeah.
I bet it was tag
Wilson.
team.
I like Wilson. We're going to stick
Did I
with
say
that.
Wilson?
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah, he was one of the Beach
guarantee
Boys.
it was a comedy fucking three-way.
Oh, the old
spit roast.
Gave her the old finger cuffs.
Comic relief spit roast.
Ooh, yeah. And you know fucking Wilson there. He went to town on her with his hairy arms.
Oh God, he was an ape.
Well,
dude.
yeah, because so that means he was probably loaded full of testosterone. Probably fucked like a lion. You know what I mean?
he had thick hair all the way down his arms, like to the wrist.
Yeah, it was gross. I can't stand people hairy like that. Just fucking wax them. Get rid of that shit. All right, and then lastly, you introduced her. I don't even know who the fuck this was.
Who is it?
Something about a porn.
Oh, that was my. Yeah, she sent that to me. I sent it to you when I was young, and we talked about this. I was watching porn. You always knew who the people were. There was no amateur porn. Mm-hmm. Well, my favorite ever was Nina Hartley. Mm-hmm. Growing up, I mean, I spilled more seed to her than anyone.
Yeah,
and I guess because I was a member of the Nina Hartley fan club, and she knew how many times I was whacking it. She wrote in to wish us well.
Yeah, Nina Hartley. Huh?
Yeah.
There. My name is Nina Hartley. I'm Chris's favorite porn star from the 80s.
Nice.
He must have stroked that cock to me over 10,000 times.
More.
Now I'm older and retired, and I can stretch my pussy over a 50-gallon drum. So I have a lot of time to sit back, relax, and watch Shut Up Cincinnati. It's my favorite. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Oh, man, old Nina right
And you know
now.
what? See, the thing about it is I saw a Nina Hartley porn from maybe 10 years ago when she was trying to do it. Definitely not the same. Ass got a little wider and got flatter. It kind of looked like old lady
I'm
ass.
Sure, I've seen Nina Hartley's porn, but I don't remember any of them.
Girl fucks like it's a fucking Olympic event.
Yeah, she wasn't the one that got into it when she was like 15, was she?
That was Tracy Lords.
Yeah, she's my fave.
Yeah, pervert, pedophile. And then
every time I went over to my buddy's island, we used to watch those porns and just have big orgies. Me and the the prince over there in England.
Explain this to me though.
Yeah.
She goes in, she falsifies documents to get in porn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She lies about her age. She does porn. She makes a lot of money. For back then, it was a lot of money. Then when she decided I'm not doing porn anymore and the money ran out, now I'll sue him and get rich from the lawsuit.
Well, yeah.
She's a bitch.
Double dip.
Well, I mean, I hate the fact that she was doing it underage, and I even hate more the fact that I've seen those.
You've jerked off to him.
No.
Yeah.
Tracy Lords never did it for me. I didn't like her face.
You're not a face guy.
Yeah, but I didn't like her faces.
Were you a face guy at one point?
Well, I mean,
as a face guy, I think you've adapted to as an older man that the options slimmed up, and then you became like, all right, well.
No, what it should say is, here's my type, and then an asterisk underneath that said, cute face not required.
Okay. But
when I say not a face guy, I'm a face guy. I want to see a good-looking face. But if you've got the body, I really don't care.
Yeah, but you just said the Tracy Lords face, you couldn't even jerk off to it.
I didn't like her fuck faces.
She had bad fuck faces?
Yeah.
She looked like a child in pain?
Seizing. Yeah. And I think she was like 16 or 17. Either way.
She was in her prime.
At some point, well, the thing about it is, when I looked at those movies of her, I was that age.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel
and
like...
also, King Tut was 13. You know, what are we doing putting these age restrictions on things? You know?
Right.
Oh, you pervert. I can't believe you agreed. All right, we also had a couple other people write in, a couple local celebrities. Let's see what they have to say. They didn't write. They
Nick Marchetti here, world's best dice dealer and owner of the largest collection of piss-porn VHS tapes in the great state of Ohio. Right? Well. You cunt tacos have actually made 200 of these pitiful podcast episodes. What the fuck are you doing with your lives? Shouldn't you be spending more time with your kids? Instead, you've created 4 years of absolute trash. Just think, in a couple of years, your podcast will be old enough for Bill Clinton to fuck it on some island. Right? I'd wish you twats another 200 more, but Chris is 107 years old and Jason weighs 900 pounds. You fucks don't have 4 more years left. And even if you did, not a goddamn person in the world wants another 200 of these fucking episodes. Right? Let's get real. The only time anyone watches is when that goofy homo Brent comes on to talk about butt fucking. No one cares when that fat bitch Whoopi comes on and her dumb tits and they tell us those shitty news stories that we've already heard before. Now, Harry Guy, he's about as interesting as my grandma's dusty pussy. Speaking of pussy, that fucking quitter Get Pussy 69 should have just blown his fucking brains out instead of quitting the sauce, because now he's just a boring little bitch. And also, what's your obsession with fat guests? Nasty Nathan, Fat Matt, Round Reggie, Chunky Keyshawn, you're all fucking gross. I hate everything about this show. All right, gotta go. I got asses to kiss and balls to lick. Until next time, remember to power pressure field bets and never come inside your sister. 5-2, I'm through. Marchetti, out.
Whoa, he's fired up.
He was angry.
I don't think he's a fan.
I don't think he is either.
Yeah, I don't know why he sticks around. He hates
Not only
the
that,
show.
he's far from a friend to really anybody that he mentioned. He did nothing but insult everybody.
He called everyone fat and
called
gay.
me 107 years old. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
But I mean, I do appreciate you writing in. I mean, sending us the message. But
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from an old friend.
But words hurt.
Yeah, man,
Sometimes.
it's not that bad.
Hey, I also heard that we got a message from a very powerful political leader. We didn't hear that one.
A very powerful political leader. Oh, we didn't hear that one? I thought we did hear that one,
No.
but you're right. He did write in. What was his name again?
Kim Jung Un.
Oh, that guy.
Want to say congratulations. Shut Up Cincinnati on 200 episode.
Right here.
My people are not allowed to listen to your podcast, but I am. My favorite segment, Does That Make Me Gay? I love it. I hope you have 200 more episodes, because if you don't, I will kill you. Ha ha ha. Just kidding.
He does have a sense of humor, that guy.
That's a funny dude. That's a funny guy. Good old Kim Jong-il, right?
But it's funny because his favorite segment, Does That Make Me Gay? If you're gay over there, you get your head cut off.
Well, that's why he likes it, so he can make better decisions.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so now they bring it to him, and because we educate him on what's gay and what's not gay, he listens to the story and he goes, actually, that's not gay. You're just weird. You get to live. Or he goes, you're gay. Cut their head off.
If we ever went over there, like, to travel,
We should be the judges.
we'd be killed.
We should be the judges.
For what?
I mean, he likes our show for the gay killings. You know, we decide. We're the experts.
We're gay friendly.
We're gay friendly, so we might not. I mean, I might let a couple slide.
I plan on wearing this hat more than just a show. I'll wear
It's just your new hat, huh?
I'll wear it to the Pride Parade. When I take my son, I'll wear it to the parade.
You're not going to take your son to the parade. You're just going to talk about it.
I've done it.
You did to do it. I've been the more than you. I got more gays than you.
Well, yeah, but if you weren't married to her, you wouldn't be at any of them.
If you didn't have a kid that was into it, you wouldn't be into it.
It's a kid, though.
I get it.
What I'm saying is,
It's a marriage.
you don't make the decision, hey, I'm going to this thing to represent. You go there because she's like, you're going.
True. Either way, you didn't make the decision either. I'm just saying if that kid didn't exist, you wouldn't be there. Hey, we have another pal that's going to want to swing by and say hi.
Who's that? He's not dead yet?
Hello, it's a Guerro Gordo. That's right, I'm back, bitches. First, let me address Mike the Flash. You wrote in a while back talking shit about the great El Gordo. I'm here to tell you, suck my dick, la puta. Don't make me come to San Diego. I'll fuck your pimple and give your mother herpes. Keep my name out of your mouth, pendejo. As for you, Chris and Jason, I don't understand why you're still doing this shit. 2 episodes in? Oh, fuck. 2 episodes. I said that wrong. 200 episodes. You know, if it was only 2 episodes, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But, 200 episodes, that's pathetic, really. I guess it keeps you Americans from jerking off homeless fellas in the park. And I know Chris. He likes them really, really, really homeless. Gross. They got like fleas, gross. Fucking homeless people. Ew. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm not wasting any more time with you Mongolos. Count your blessings and watch your back. Because El Gordo, he'll eventually find you. And when he does...
El
He
Gordo,
hasn't
man.
been around in a long time.
Yeah, he's been busy apparently.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't like us either.
He doesn't like it.
Is there anybody out there that does like us?
He called us Mongolos, dude.
Yeah, I think you meant to say Mongoloid.
No, Mongolos is in Spanish.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's that's retard in Spanish. Hey, from what I heard, he looked it up on the internet before he said it. All right,
He
didn't
called
want to
us
say the wrong.
whores?
He called us pendejos. He called us
Putos.
la putas.
Whores.
Yeah, or bitch.
Yeah.
They go both ways. And he also called us Americans.
Maricon.
Americans.
Maricon.
I don't like it.
Well, it doesn't bother me. There's always going to be skepticism when you put yourself out there like we have.
Yeah. Well, I know one person wanted to swing by and say one last word from that world. And he don't really have a bad word to say about anyone. So I'm sure he won't shit on us.
Let's see.
Hi there, it's Mr. Bert. I heard it was someone's birthday, and Mr. Bert, well, he loves him a birthday. I remember my 4th birthday, too. That was just like it was yesterday. It was the first time that Uncle Randy took me out to the shame shack and let me kiss his little serpent. I'm just so glad that little serpent, with all the venom that it spit on my face, it didn't turn me blind, you know? Sometimes they say that happens, but no, it didn't happen. This time I just had a few little bumps all up and down my lips, and they never went away. But hey, you know, I could have gotten rid of them, but it just never happened. The good thing is, though, that Uncle Randy would always give us a popsicle to hurt those burning lips after we got out of the shame shack. It was such a good time. You know, I was going to drive up from Paducah, you know, just to go see you for your birthday and give you one of my famous cream pies. But my brother Slow Sam, I can't leave him alone anymore, you know? The last time I let Slow Sam in, he ate the cats. That's what he'll do. Slow Sam will eat those cats. You know, I tried to tie him up to a Volvo engine that we have in the backyard, but it never works. You know how those retards are. They're super strong. You know what I mean? That silly goose, he ate 3 of our 9 tabbies. Well, you know, I just can't leave him alone, but I hope you enjoy your birthday. If Chris feels like he needs a bigger crowd, Mr. Bert and his pal, Cow, will come over any time to watch you cuck someone's wife or husband. Mr. Bert ain't picky. You know that. You know what I mean by that. Ooh. You know what I always say, though? Save room for another wiener. Ta-ta for now. Oh, Mr. Bert. You know,
I think he's gay.
No, I think he's not. He's what they call pansexual.
Fuck anybody.
Yeah, he's not a picky fella. All right, Mr. Bert. You know, he always has that hot dog in his hand, and he seems so innocent, but he's not. He's into some weird shit.
Oh, well, you know what? I can't fault him for that.
He had a weird upbringing, you know. With
like
his,
Gary last night. Gary was making comments, and they were good ones. They were like, you know, we were talking on standing there doing nothing. He was talking about my current lifestyle and all the cucking and the party, and he goes, you know what? I want to be him. Making a joke, and I said, all you got to do is get a divorce, man. Divorce changes everything. You get a divorce, suddenly there's options, and I'm living those options.
Do you think that those options? I mean, we're talking about a fucking 70-year-old dude.
He's not that much older than me.
Gary?
Yeah.
How many years? Like 5, at least.
I think it is.
That's when you're going to hit. I think 60 is when you're going to turn into a really old man. I can't wait.
No, not 60.
Yeah. 2 years from now, it's just going to be overnight. You're just going to wake up and you're like, my back, you know, shit like
never
that.
happen.
Yeah, bullshit. That happens to everyone eventually.
My guess is 70.
I mean, we see your counterpart.
Who's that?
I don't know, the person that worked with the same age as you, and she has a cane at this point. So I mean, that's you. You're almost there. You're almost there, dude.
I'm not even close.
Yeah, you're close.
Fuck no,
you're
I'm not even close to being
there.
there.
You're going to have a cane. I'm going to lose a foot. These are just part of the things that are going on in the world.
I will never, ever have a cane or a wheelchair unless I get a car wreck.
Will you lose a foot?
No, I don't have the beaties. You have the beaties.
Hey, man, don't rub it in. All right, let's get to a couple emails we got here. Oh, that's not the button. That's not the button either. Uh-oh. What's going on?
We haven't improved on our...
What's funny, though, is like all this shit did work as of yesterday, and now it's not working, and all of a sudden the email thing isn't working. So, yeah, that's cool, though. I do like that, because we're this far into the show.
And we still don't know what we're doing.
And we still have no fucking clue what's going on. I mean, that is wonderful. I don't understand what the issue here is, but it's there. So we'll move on with our lives. Emails. So what's the email song?
Emails. That's it's a guy with the saggy tits staring in front of the computer.
No, but it's not that. It's like it's polka. You guys missed out on a polka song. God damn, I hate the world. Why would it stop?
And then he says emails.
I wonder why it would stop working in the middle of the show, though. Usually it stops working in...
Well, normally...
At the beginning of the
shoot
show.
the shit for 30 seconds and you'll fix it. Is it unfixable?
At this point, I'm not fucking with it.
All right. Well, you got him right there.
All right. We got an email, and this is a new email, and this is the only one that wrote us this week. It would have been nice if we had more writers, but you know, some people suck. shutupcincinnati@gmail.com. shutupcincinnati@gmail.com. If you have a creative bone inside your body anywhere, please give us a write.
Please.
And fucking insult us. Do whatever you got to do, but either way. Here we go. This is from Jimmy, our pal Jimmy. What's up, fuckers? You read. I already gave up halfway through. In fact,
All right,
while you
from
do that,
Jimmy.
maybe I'll work on this.
What's up, fuckers? About long-time listener, first-time emailer. Since you fuckheads asked for emails, here's mine. 2023 Asshole of the Year is Hairy Guy. Every week when I listen to you guys, I can't help but just want to punch Hairy Guy in the face. You may be asking yourselves why. Well, Hairy Guy, when a girl asks you for a cream pie, you fucking give it to her or somebody else will. 2023, fuck you, goes to the one and only Chris Tease. Mr. Tease, fuck you, sir. You commit to getting Jaeger, which you left behind, asking for the honeymoon suite and settling for less. Then you have the audacity to agree with degrading Captain Nightgown, and you don't even commit fully. All guilty as charged there. I got to own up to that. I can't believe you didn't walk up to him and her while you stroke your dick and ankle her if you should come on him. I don't know what that means.
Me either.
The whole goal of what they're asking for is to see you have the balls to push them farther than they have ever been. Next time you slam that mini bottle of Jaeger, slap him and tell him you're going to wreck his bitch. Then, when you're hitting it from behind, you turn around and spit on him. Grow some balls, you pussy. And you know what? It's all deserved because Brent said the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't give them what they wanted. Okay. 2023 Hero is also Christie's for having the balls to even attempt all of these sexcapades and do what most of us wouldn't even think of trying. 2023, does that make me gay? Yes, it does. Anything Chris comes up with is gay as fuck. Hopefully, I'll see you in April. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks, Jimbo. That was a nice email, and that's what we're looking for. Just fucking insult us. We don't give a shit. We just want something to play with, you know?
Well, and like I said, he also gave me the hero. I was the hero, too.
You were the hero.
And that's brutal honesty. And you know what?
Yeah.
That's what a friend does. They give you brutal honesty.
Mm-hmm.
They don't sugarcoat shit and say, oh, you're doing great. This is cool. He told me what to do. And I told you, Jimmy, Brent did the exact same thing. He told me, no, believe me, this is what the guy wanted. I went into it with the wrong attitude. I thought he was doing it for her, and I didn't want to fucking really go that far. The next time I go to that honeymoon suite, which I will insist upon, I'm spitting on that fucker.
You spit on that fucker.
While I wreck that bitch.
You spit on that fucker, dude.
But I mean, that's two people that have told me that is what he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and I let him down. What kind of bull am I? I'm a calf.
Barely a bull. All right, we do have this. This is a audio thing that our buddy Ronnie wrote. Or,
Nice.
Called in with. Let's see if we can hear it.
From Columbus.
All right, can't hear it. Let's see if we can get it to work.
Yeah, get it to work.
Oh, we'll get it to work.
It's from our buddy Ronnie, who we used to work with that now lives in the capital city of Columbus, Ohio.
All right, let's see it.
The fucking episode, man. Yeah, congrats, y'all. That's what's up. That's a hell of an accomplishment in my eyes, anyway. You guys are great. Have me laughing every week. So yeah, I'm just gonna touch on some things that happened this year that caught my attention. I should have wrote this shit down, or at least called in when I was thinking. But anytime I'm listening to y'all, I'm at work or.
Obviously recorded in his car driving to work.
Yeah.
You can hear in the background the fucking
The noise.
the other cars passing by him. This stone motherfucker's driving down the street to some job. All right.
At whatever phone company he works for.
Whatever.
Anyway, just need to hear her there. Chris, you a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. You is a bitch. How you got this motherfucker, you doing these little cuckolding things, and you don't even know how to do it. The motherfucker wanted to be treated like a bitch. And you're like, no, I don't want to degrade the guy. Whole time, you got your balls in her mouth, in his wife's mouth. And guess what she probably did? Go and kiss him after a piece of Christie's hair is still flossing her tooth. Quit being a bitch. Man the fuck up. Shit, if I wasn't married, I'd show you how to do that shit. Especially because I'm black. That gives me a plus. You know, y'all white counterparts, they love some BBC. Let me tell you.
I know that.
Had my time. Fucking a rich white woman. Anyways, moving on. Let me see. What else? I also wanted to point out that a lot of your would you rathers are gay. Like, are you trying to tell us something, Chris?
Everybody thinks that.
I mean, you're not my type. Are you really fucking the wife? Is my question.
Fuck off.
And anyways, moving on. Yeah, man, I love you two racist motherfuckers, especially Jason. He's the most racist. I know he got with I know he got with his wife because he just wanted to shit on our ancestors. You ain't slick. I got the same thought about white women. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, man. Good job, guys. I wish I would have wrote down some shit. Oh yeah, and fuck them guys who beat up the gay friend. Fuck that. I wish I was with him. I would have held him down. I'd be like, fuck him in the ass. I would have held the kids down, if they were 18, of course. Held the kids down, and I would have, yeah, I'll spread the cheeks for it. Go ahead, fuck, get your payback. Redemption. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for writing in or calling in or doing whatever you did in. Thanks for anyone that participated this week. You know, we appreciate it. And we appreciate every fucking listen we've got over the last 4 years, every view we've got. We've not really put a shit ton of effort into this outside of recording every week, you know, as far as marketing ourselves or anything like that. We just don't have the fucking time. So everybody that's stuck with us over the years, it's been awesome because it's the people that we originally went with. It's been the same basic people listening for 4 years.
Yeah, basically.
And I consider that a fucking accomplishment, whether it's we have 1 million listeners or we have 300 listeners. The fact that they keep on coming back is what I like. So, maybe one day
we always knew we had a small market.
Maybe if we ever break out of our shell that we could do it. But I mean, to break out of the shell nowadays is so fucking hard. There's 1 million podcasts.
And the thing about it is we've looked into it. Yeah, there's these advertising campaigns you got to do, and we've thought about actually trying to take the podcast further.
Yeah, just a lot of money at them.
It's money, and we just kind of don't know how.
Yeah, we're idiots.
We just kind of did this thing because we want to. Now there's different groups you can get into that'll market this, but I don't know if anyone out there is going to let us say what we want to say.
Yeah, well, like this. How am I the most racist?
I like that.
That is the first. I mean, let's admit it, though. You have to even admit this. Between me and you, if you were to ask who's the more racist of us two, and we both probably have our moments, don't get me wrong. I think and that's another thing. I think every single person I've ever met has a racist bone in their body.
I agree.
You know, it might not be towards the, you know, and then that's another thing in America. When you hear racism, you obviously think white people hating black people. You know, that's where you instantly go. You know what I mean? Where like, I don't mind black people, but those fucking, you know, like that's what most of them are. You know, there's a lot of people like that in America that don't consider themselves racist because they get along with black people.
But there's a lot of fucking people, and we know a lot of people. We hang out with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Who, if you say something, regardless of what you fucking mean by it, oh my God, you fucking racist. Let me tell you something. I don't hate any race of people, but I hate assholes. I fucking hate assholes. And if I look at a black guy who happens to be a fucking asshole and say, I hate that fucking asshole, I'm a fucking racist. Fuck you. I say that about white people. I say that about women. I say that about people that are assholes. I don't like you. If you're a dick, I don't like you.
I don't know. I just think you're racist.
But if you say it,
because
you married a black woman, that's what you think. That's your fucking get out of jail free card.
That's what bothers me. That's not it. I don't care about that. I don't see how that's important. You can be racist and still be married to the same. Or to a, you know, like I know it's like hate fucking and all that stuff that goes on. I mean, that's pretty far to do that with a marriage, but
it's pretty hard, really hard.
But either way, I don't think that's my get out of free card. And I think people, I guess it's I can use that as a way to make jokes and get away with a little bit more than I would usually be able to get away with.
It's your get out of jail free card,
but is a little ridiculous because I don't know. I make fun of every race. There's not a race that I don't make fun of.
Me too.
I don't consider making fun of racist per se. I just find certain parts of different cultures hilarious, just like there's different parts of the white culture that's fucking hilarious. There's more parts of our culture that's hilarious, but I'm used to them. You know, like the other shit's new to me. I'm like, oh, this is going on. You know, it's like growing up with Christianity in your life, blah, blah, blah. But then eventually someone explains Scientology to you. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? You don't see that your own kind's fucking ridiculous. You see the new shit that you just learned about is like fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? So make time to make fun of that. But either way, I'm not racist. Fuck you, Ronnie. I mean, I am racist, but not towards you guys. I mean, you guys are cool with me. There's a couple others. I'm like,
but that's the whole fucking point. People today are so fucking sensitive, and if you say anything, I mean, there used to be. I mean, everything's so fucking PC today, and I fucking hate it. I even hate it with good friends of mine that, oh, you can't say that. Why can't I say that? I'm not a fucking racist. I'm not a homophobe.
No, you can say it, but you're gonna be considered that. So I mean,
by the people who are too fucking politically correct.
Yeah, somewhat, sometimes, some way. No, sometimes it really is. I mean, you go off on tangents sometimes where it's definitely like, ooh, you got a little 1980s in you there. Like that didn't sound right. And I do agree with them sometimes, and I don't agree with them other times. There's a happy medium in that. And I hate the people that talk about the fucking cancel culture and the PC culture all the time, just as much as I hate the so-called PC and cancel culture that talk about the other side. Oh, fucking no, shut up. Who cares? Shut the fuck up. It was fun this week, though. I don't know if you listened to any of it or heard any of it. Was the Katt Williams interview.
I heard about it. Someone asked me, as a matter of fact, somebody on a game asked me if I saw the Katt Williams interview.
I mean, they're up to like almost 30 million views right now on Facebook or
Who
on
interviewed
YouTube.
him?
It was Club Shay Shay. Now, for all you whites out there, Club Shay Shay is just Shannon Sharp. We all know Shannon Sharp from our local television talking about sports. The famous Hall of Famer tight end.
Same thing. He was like a Kelsey. He went deep sometimes.
He was kind of the original. Well, not the original, but he was one of the first really, really good tight ends.
Right.
Definitely,
who actually went more than 10 yards.
Played with Elway and stuff, so he had a good quarterback. He won a Super Bowl, all that stuff. Anyways, but the thing with Shannon Sharp to me was he can't talk. Yeah,
no, I've noticed that.
Like he talks like he has marbles in his mouth, and he just comes off as kind of dumb. But either way, I heard a lot about this interview, so I listened to it. It's like 2 hours long, and interesting. It's a good show. Don't get me wrong there. That one show is good. I don't know if I could listen to Shannon Sharp every week. Blah, 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 blah.
I know I couldn't.
You know what I mean? His questions kind of sucked. He wasn't a great host. He was just there. He brings credibility because everybody knows who he is and everything like that. But outside of that, he really brought nothing to the conversation. Player. But the good thing about Katt Williams is you don't have to bring anything to the conversation because he brings the whole conversation because he won't shut the fuck up.
Well, I think he did this interview to be relevant again. Well, he's been irrelevant for years.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how irrelevant it is. He's been still doing those big theater tours and everything else.
Big theater tours, still is the same pimp character.
Yeah, well, he's been playing that same thing for a while, or at least that version of it. But I
even
think
in the movies he's been in, he was a little pimp.
I think in like 2 of them. I don't think he's been in a lot of movies, or at least a lot of movies I know. Actually, he claims he's been in shit tons. Anyway, this one I'm going to get to. So after this interview, basically, he just shit on every working comedian there is in the black community. You know what I mean? Like your Steve Harveys, your Kevin Harts, your Cedric the Entertainers, Earthquake. Go down the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He nailed them all.
On him for?
He didn't nail D.L. Hewley. He left him alone. He left a couple others alone. But for the most part, Steve Harvey, basically, that he's just a jealous bitch of Bernie Mac back in the days, that he wants to be a movie star, but he can't get the roles because he looks like Mr. Potato Head. And, he ripped on him. And it was funny shit.
He's worth almost $1 billion.
And basically, yeah, but apparently Steve Harvey said that he doesn't want to be a movie star is the reason he wasn't a movie star. Where, Katt Williams' whole thing was you couldn't have been a movie star. They weren't. He said there weren't a lot of roles out there for country bumpkin black dudes that look like Mr. Potato Head. And, and he's not wrong there.
Country bumpkin from Cleveland.
And then he gave him shit. Well, I guess his accent and stuff. And then he gave him shit about his hairline and the fact that he wore a wig for years and blah, blah, blah. Either way, the funny thing to me about the Katt Williams interview, and he made a lot of funny points or like probably had a thing, but the whole thing just came off like a jealous bitch. It's kind of the way I took this whole interview. All he did was basically whine and cry that all these other guys are, got fame
richer
also.
than he is. Yeah.
Well, got fame also. You know what I mean? Some of them aren't richer than him or maybe didn't get as big as he is. You know what I mean? Katt Williams the thing is he didn't control his money very well, I don't think. Or maybe he did. I don't fucking know where he is money-wise. Maybe he is fucking rich as shit. But either way, he sounded super jealous in this. And what bothers me the most about this interview isn't the interview. The interview was fine. It was fun. It was entertaining. And I still come off even liking Katt Williams after it because I understand Katt Williams. He's Katt Williams. But he
has a net worth of $2 million. Okay. He's not rich as shit.
Well, okay. Well, it says the internet. Who knows? But
it says Forbes magazine. They're generally pretty
I don't know how when the guy can do a theater tour where you're making $100,000 a show can only be worth $2 million. Like that don't make sense to me unless he just blows his money like an insane person, which may be true. Anyways, my point was that the comment section on and somehow this isn't my algorithm so much on Facebook. I guess I read like one comment section, so then it decided to put everybody that's ever made a comment about the Katt Williams thing in my algorithm. So it was constantly popping up. And the amount of people that were just on there going, Katt Williams is the truth. He's telling the truth. And the whole time through this, Shannon Sharpe would go, well, why would these guys lie about you? Because his point was all these people lied about him, said that he claims that he never did a drug. And that, besides weed, of course. He's never done a hard drug, is what he said. You know, he's made all these crazy claims.
Who cares?
Well, because everybody was saying he's been fucked up for years. Remember that one time he got in a fight with like a 14-year-old and he looked like he was on crack and he lost to a little kid? And you know what I mean? Like, there's been plenty of moments where Katt Williams looks like a junkie out there, just like a crackhead. He's been on stage, been on there for like 10 minutes, flipped out, left, you know.
Yeah, he's
and
a weirdo.
Even his friends and stuff, like, oh, he did a little bit too much of the San Francisco coke that night. I believe E40 said that when he flipped out in San Francisco. But now he's on here saying that he's never took a drug before, but he kept on repeating, you know, Shannon Sharpe would be like, why are these guys lying? He's like, I don't know why liars lie. You ask them. And then he would tell a lie. He said that he ran a 4.3 440.
Oh, that's a lie.
He's faster than Tyreek Hill. That's what he's telling you. Suck.
I didn't answer it.
I know, but I mean, the fact that your buzzer's been going off and now your ringer's
I'm
going
on
off.
mute.
You were not on mute. We've had this discussion before. You suck. Anyways, so my point was, 4.3 440, right? He claims he read 3,000 books in 3-year period from the time he was 16 to 19. That's 1,000 books a year. All right. I read a lot. I've read 60 books in the last 2 years, and that's reading daily. You know what I mean? And I don't read slow per se. 3,000 books in 3 years? Shut the fuck up. He said that he had it in his contract that Ricky Smiley had to wear a dress in his next movie. How's he going to put in his contract what another dude's going to do in another movie? Shut the fuck up. You're full of shit. He said so much shit that made no goddamn sense, but all the comments are like, Katt Williams never told a lie. And you're just reading them going,
those are his people making those comments.
No, but it's a lot of people, dude. It's not just, I mean, it's like, it's become a thing in the community now. You know what I mean? Like where you either take a Katt Williams side or the other side, and it's fucking thing.
Was Katt Williams doing the sellout thing about these guys?
Yeah. Well, he was basically saying that they choose their own people. Like he was saying, like Steve Harvey and all them are the reason why Kevin Hart got famous, and then Kevin Hart is the reason why Tiffany Haddish got famous. You know, that they're gatekeepers for each other, and they never wanted him in. Oh. And then he was also saying, like, every movie Kevin Hart's ever been offered, he was offered it first, and he denied it because it was, like, for a gay role, and he ain't going to be a gay guy, and, like, shit like that. And, like, you know,
so
he's
being
like,
petty and jealous, sounds like to me.
He's just being a giant bitch.
Yeah.
And I love Katt Williams. I think he's hilarious. You know,
I don't.
On the stage, I think, oh, dude, I think that first 2-3 specials of his were fucking brilliant.
I watched the first one, and I laughed my balls off, and then the second one was just a
I get what you're saying,
of the first one.
But you can say that about almost everybody.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. Bill Burr's been Bill Burr from the beginning. He just, you know, I mean, it's still...
but he has new stories. He didn't come out there as a fucking character, Mr. Killer Pimp, you know what I mean? Talking about your Chrysler 300. It's
I don't know
how
much
jokes.
I don't know how much of that was a character with Katt Williams. I think that's who he was at the time.
A 4'11" pimp?
Well, he wasn't a pimp, but he had that pimp attitude.
Yeah.
You know, like
he was in a movie where it was a small character role, but he was a pimp, and I think
it was Friday.
Martin
dude.
Lawrence.
It was a big movie.
Was Martin Lawrence
Friday.
the other one? Yeah, but he was a tiny role in it.
He played Big Mike or whatever it was.
And wasn't it Martin Lawrence was the other pimp, or was it Eddie Griffin?
I think Eddie Griffin would have been that one. I don't know, but either way, there was a couple of movies where he played a pimp because he does look the role, even though he's a little short fella. And I think he did. Well, I said he didn't do it. Who knows? He's fucking insane. My point was the fact that it gets so back and forth on his stories or on the people that support him just crack me the fuck up. Like the back and forth, and that's my favorite thing online right now. Did you need to answer that phone call?
I'm sending a message saying that I will.
He's the worst. He's the worst. All right. Let's get to another something else. What do we want to talk about?
Well, first of all, I want to address the would you rathers that make me look gay.
Yeah.
We don't do would you rathers anymore.
No, but I mean they're all the same. You know, I get what you're saying.
I'm going for shock here.
You got a lot of the same gay stuff. It's not the first. You've said that. People always say that to you because you talk about it all the time. That people.
Well,
think
but then I talk about homeless stuff, and people think I'm homeless.
I'm starting to think you're homeless. Not just homeless, but really homeless.
Really super duper homeless.
Well, since he thinks you're gay all the time, let's just go ahead and get to it then.
I'm not doing this.
What do you mean?
You said, "Oh, he's not the only one." Fuck all of you.
By the way, I fixed that.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, does that make him gay, Ronnie?
And for you said you made that little under your breath comment. He's not the only one who thinks you're gay.
He's not.
Do people really think I'm gay?
No,
do you think I'm gay?
No, but you say gay things all the time, and it is weird. Not that you say gay things, but like it's such a big factor in a lot of your stuff. It's like to me, it's more weird.
It's
I don't
funny
think
to
you're
talk
gay.
about
I think
that
it's more.
stuff.
It makes me laugh because to me, a lot of your situations are like being gay is the ultimate crime, is the ultimate bad.
No,
thing.
I don't look at it as a crime.
But you do a lot
I
of
look
times
at it
like
as a heterosexual guy who would never do those things.
Yeah, I guess
That's the shock part of the would you rathers or whatever.
I don't know if it's shocking per se.
Well, to me
but
it is.
I get what you're saying.
It's like, the farthest fetched thing that I could think of. That I'm stretching my mind. Would I do these gay things? Of course I would not. So my question is, would you?
Yeah, I know, but it's still just like a 15-year-old's way of looking at it. Like the furthest way you can go is just gay.
Well, I talk about all kinds of fucked up
gay.
stuff, dude. Fucked up stuff.
You got AIDS.
No, what was it? Somebody on the elevator the other day made a joke about it, and they said they weren't on PrEP, they were on something else. I'm on perk or something like that.
Perk.
I'm like, I don't think it's the same
It just
thing.
makes me itch.
All right, so I've got a new porn that I really like.
All right.
And I'm doing this, Does That Make Me Gay?
Gay porn? You're into gay porn
fuck
now?
off. And
Fuck off.
hey, he's not the only one who thinks. Fuck you. Whoever, fuck all.
No, you know that. You've told me that. This is coming from you. I've never had someone come up to me and go, "You think Chris is actually gay?" No, I haven't.
No, Chris is not actually
You've
gay.
told me people think that because you do that all the time. This is
Well, see, to me, it's the shock stuff. It's what is funny to me.
I mean, whatever.
All right, so here's and this is the name of the segment, people. Does that make me gay? So here's the porn I've been watching lately, and I'm really kind of liking it for some reason. Apparently, it's in Europe. I would imagine there's some here. They're female glory holes, okay? And you'll go into a fucking room, and there will literally be, all you'll see is a pussy and an ass. The head and stuff is buried behind a sheet on the other side of the wall or something like that. They're on their back. They're on their fucking stomach. They're standing with bent over on all fours. You pay money and you go in and you do whatever. You don't even see this girl's face ever.
Okay.
It's from the waist. And you'll see it's so funny. These guys out at this fucking pay window and they're paying the money. And then they walk into this room and there's butts and pussies sticking and mouths sticking everywhere. Oh, I want a blowjob. So you go to this little hole and stick your dick. Funny. Okay.
different prices, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. They paid at the gate.
Well, this is a porn. It's not a real life. Do they have these things? Do they have a female guy? Can you go to the fucking
Yes, I think in some of these.
Dutch colony and fucking get your...
My guess is maybe somewhere like Amsterdam that's got a red light district, maybe Paris. But this was a real thing.
Why don't they do that shit in Vegas?
It's not legal in Vegas. You have to go about an hour outside of town for prostitution. to be
Really?
legal. Yeah.
I didn't know
It's
that.
not legal in Clark County.
Is that why they always had those little trolleys and shit, or those little buses
Yes.
full of Mexicans that
It
want to
is-
drive you somewhere?
It is not legal here. It's the closest one to Vegas is an hour away.
Oh, okay. Didn't
Yeah,
know.
the actual Clark County prostitution, totally illegal. Now it goes on like crazy.
You're allowed advertising it, though. You're allowed passing out those flyers. I see
Well, you're
those
allowed
constantly.
to pay. Yeah, but it's not for. It doesn't say "fuck me" on it. It says escort.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
It doesn't say hooker. But actually, you don't. Me and Matt went to Vegas a year and a half ago, and we didn't see any of those guys doing.
Oh,
that.
really? Maybe
No.
maybe they stopped
I
it
think
finally.
they got. Well, I think first of all because they were tired of millions of these things ending up all over the fucking ground. But now Vegas is worse. It used to be you walk down the streets and you had 100 Mexicans. They'd smack their hands with these fucking flyers until you took one.
Yeah.
Well, now it's everything else. Now it's whoever wants to dress up as a superhero to charge you to
I've
take
seen
a picture
that.
with
Yeah,
them.
I've seen that. That's
Big
constantly.
thing is girls in the old Vegas showgirl style outfits. Hey, you want a picture? Like I said, yeah, I'll take a picture. And $10.
Yeah, hustling.
Yeah, total hustle.
That's the same way Hollywood is now. You walk the
Yeah,
walk,
a guy
walk
with a
of
homemade
fame. You
sponge
got
bait. Yeah.
fucking. Bumblebee from the Transformers there, like,
And
"Wanna
that's
take
exactly
a picture,
what it
and you're
is.
like, yeah, I'll take a picture, and like $15, like, go fuck yourself, Bumblebee.
And that's what Vegas is.
And then
whole
they get
fucking
really
strip.
mad when you start taking pictures of them with your phone, anyways.
Yeah.
like just posing in front of them.
Well, yeah, and that's me and Matt. We couldn't take 10 steps until SpongeBob comes up. Hey, you want a picture? Hey, Patrick, come
Did
on
you
over
find
here.
the
Don't pay double.
kick me in the balls guy?
No, we
Yeah.
didn't see him. Now
Would you have?
for $20, I think I would have.
I don't know if I would. That's a lot of money. $5.
But the thing about it is, I've watched videos of people kicking this guy in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Really doesn't seem to hurt the guy.
He's a tough man.
Either that or he has no balls. Maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. He's either don't have balls or he has some kind of disorder with his balls where he has no feeling in his balls. Or...
Apparently, you can look at his nuts look at his jeans or whatever he's wearing and see that there's clearly no pillow stuffed in there or padding or anything. And I've watched videos.
Well,
of
I don't think a pilling would help. I mean, think about it. If I put a pillow in front of your nuts and kicked it as hard as I could, that would still hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm saying one good hard kick to the nuts, I mean, those things could explode. You can fucking damage them. So I'm thinking he doesn't have any.
I like to see a nice pair.
Maybe he had testicle
So wait a minute,
cancer.
are you gay for watching? What are we at? We're doing a segment.
We're doing Does That Make Me Gay? Okay, so let's say.
Why are you gay?
Does that make me gay? I walk into one of these places. I'm in Amsterdam, let's say. And I walk in, and there's the sheet, and all that's sticking out is a really nice ass. So I say, I'm going to the ass. That's what I'm in the mood for today.
Yeah.
And I start pounding the ass, and blah, blah, blah. And it's so funny because these aren't private rooms in these porns. There's like, guy 5 feet away from you getting a blowjob. Or, So I'm fucking this ass. And, you can tell when you're getting ready to bust a nut, right? It's coming. I'm about 10, 15 seconds away. And all of a sudden from the bottom of the sheets, a pair of nuts falls out that were previously tucked under there. Pair of nuts fall out, but you're really close. And you go ahead and finish. Does that make you gay? Looks like a girl's ass. And then all of a sudden, the fucking bag just falls out there.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one, and here's why. You fucking the dude originally, if you never saw the balls, you're not gay. Because you didn't know.
Correct.
You're being tricked.
And it looked like a girl's ass.
It's a horrible thing. I have questions on how you can only see the asshole and know. I just feel like if I can see your butthole, I can tell if you're a guy or a girl.
You would think you'd be a pussy too.
You know what I mean? Like, because the pussy's so close to the asshole, and the ball, the taint to the balls is pretty close, I imagine, and the sag. Like, I just have a feeling it'd be a tough situation to get yourself into. But let's say this was a possibility somehow, and you did not legitimately know. You are not gay until
the nuts fall out.
The nuts fall out. I mean, I just got a feeling as a straight man, I couldn't keep doing it. It was, well, for one thing, I get scared. It'd be like a spider hopping on your foot. You know what I mean? Like, you'd hop back, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like seeing a boogeyman in the corner, You're fucking freaked
so
for a
you
second.
think kind of like I do, because I say my answer to this question is yes, it does, because you finish. Now, I know you're real close, but at that point, at the very minimum, I'm pulling out and jerking off. You know what I'm saying? If I'm that close.
I would just think any straight, 100% straight male
would go soft. Lip.
I don't even know about the soft. I just think, like I said, it would be the fear, it would be the, you know what I mean? Like, it would literally be like someone jumping out and jump scaring you, in a movie. This is like Friday the 13th, and fucking next thing you know, Jason's there with a knife. You're not going to react well to that. Like, no one handles that like, ooh, ghost. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, everybody's like, fucking ghost, you run off. That's what balls are. They're the ghosts popping out. I mean,
they really are.
That's scary.
Second only to the dick.
Yeah. Now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see the justification that you're close, but there's no closeness.
There's nuts.
Like, that's going to get that out. You know what I mean? So
the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think if you keep on continuing, even if it's for 15 seconds, if you know and continue.
You're gay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on that.
You're gay.
But it was, speaking of normal porn here, these things, they literally have every possibility you can imagine.
Hey, as far as the porns are concerned, what angle were they shot from?
It looked like somebody was walking around with a camera.
So you seen on both sides?
You can. They walk into.
Because I have no interest in just watching the dude's side, where all I see is the vagina.
Oh no,
and
they show her.
Dude.
They show her on
That's
the
what I
other
mean.
side.
Like, if it's just a dude like fucking a sheet. Like,
no.
Yeah, you might be gay for watching that. That's what I thought you were going at first.
They keep going back and forth between the girl and the guy.
I don't even want to see that.
And it's like this wall over here. All you see is fucking dick size or dick level holes for blowjobs.
Yeah.
And there's a sign right at the front that says all performers are female.
Well, I would literally not care to see the guy's side of the sheet ever.
Yeah.
Like, it would just stay on the girl's side. If I'm filming the porn, then okay, I kind of even understand it. Like, because like I've always said, I need a little dick in my porn. Or not a little dick, a dick. Just a dick. Yeah. I need a dick in my porn, but I don't need the guy. But then I don't like just dildo either. Like when girls are just dildoing themselves, that don't really do it for me.
That doesn't do it for me either.
I don't fucking. And it's hot. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what I want.
But these things, what I'm saying is, they specifically set it up to where you get whatever you want. You want a blowjob, Then sometimes you'll literally see from the waist down with the legs in the air. Okay, do whatever you want to this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you literally just see the ass with the hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, this is specifically designed to do anal. Okay, don't try to pull the sheet down and do pussy. This one is doing anal today. And it's kind of funny because they go around to the girls, and the girls sometimes, while they're waiting, they'll be sitting there looking at their phone, fucking reading a magazine, doing whatever. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting there thinking, they show the guy that actually had the camera, and obviously they had cameras on the other sides too, but literally when you walk in, there was a fucking, looked like a movie ticket booth. And guys just, paying their money, and then they open this door up, and there's all the fucking asses, pussies.
I wonder what you think the sign literally says anal, vaginal, mouth?
Well, no,
oral.
but I think it's one of those deals where if you go to that place enough, you know what they are.
You got a punch card?
Maybe, like a Subway.
12th fuck on me.
But these women that they showed, and like I said, it could have been staged. It could have been all that, but it didn't look it.
Mm-hmm.
These weren't unattractive women. For the most part, they were pretty attractive. But it's so funny. Like, you go to the blowjob part, and there's like 3 holes or 4 holes, and the girls are just sitting there bullshitting, talking to each other, fully dressed. Hey, I'm just giving head today. That's all I'm doing. I don't have to have anything. And all of a sudden, here comes a cock poking through one of them. And she, basically looks at her friend and says, hey, I'll be right back with you. And then goes to work on the dick.
Hey, do you know I knew a girl at one time that had one of those punch cards to Planned Parenthood?
Shut up.
She got the 6th one for free.
You know what?
She only got 8, but I mean, like, the 6th one, though, she didn't have to pay the $200. She just went in there.
I think it's more than that now.
They sucked it out. Well, this was the late 90s. I mean, the prices were different.
You know what fucking amazes me about that? And here's what pisses me off. I'm driving Lyft.
I don't really know a girl there.
I'm driving. I know, of course you did.
Well, some people think I'm probably lying. Like,
I'm driving Lyft
I am
the
making
other
it
day.
up, but I don't mean it.
And I got this guy in the car.
Ew, Lyft. That means they're probably foreign.
No, he's American.
Just fucking around.
Black dude.
I actually prefer if I'm going to list the Lyft or Uber, whatever customers on the list, foreign people are pretty high to me because they don't talk to me. And I like that. You know what I mean?
Most of the time they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to. They just sit in the back of the car, and I can play whatever music I want to because they don't give a fuck. They don't
And that's
like
what kills me about that. We hate you. We hate your people. We hate this country, but we live here.
I don't know if they hate me. I just don't think that the communication
one guy I could tell didn't like me.
I don't like you.
He basically didn't want to talk at all. I said, hey, how's today going?
Yeah.
Fine.
That don't mean he don't like you, dude. I don't want to talk most of the time. Don't mean I don't like the person. I just don't want to have a conversation. I don't. Yeah.
So anyway, I picked this dude up.
You would. We've all agreed that you would be an annoying Lyft driver. I think.
I don't talk that much.
Oh, see, I figured you would strike up a
I only
conversation.
talk if they talk.
Is you remind me of my dad. You just talk to a wall if you have to. Like it's.
No, mine is I'll pick you up, and as soon as you get in the car, I'll say, hey, how you doing? What's going on today? Anything good? Blah, blah, blah. And if they stop talking, I stop talking.
Yeah, I literally go, what's up? Read the address I'm taking them to. And then let them decide. If they start talking to me, I talk back. Don't get me wrong. I don't go, but
yeah.
Because usually you get tips, but either way, I don't just start talking.
So I picked this dude up. He works at one of the 500 hospitals that are right around Burnett Avenue and Martin Luther King. So I pick him up. He's in scrubs and all that stuff, and he lives down Auburn Avenue. Okay, you go down Auburn and back there. And every time I go down that Auburn Avenue, and I'm there a lot because I go to UC a lot when I do it, is that huge Planned Parenthood. I guess it's like the original one. And every single time I go by, there's protesters.
You've told us like plenty of times about these bums.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Literally the last episode you talked about.
Did I really?
This. Yeah, you talked
about the thing about it is,
old.
the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's like, hey, I'm going to preach to you about what's moral and what's right and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hire some bum to do it for $5 a day. I'm going to fucking, he's got nothing else. I'm going to give him the $5. It's basically the most hypocritical thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Well, yeah, of Christians.
Hey, can we go to the fuck you? I've got a good fuck you.
All right, I like ending with the fuck you.
How about
an
the
asshole?
asshole?
Well, we can asshole.
I got a good asshole, too.
Jesus Christ, you just want to.
Now, this is an old reference, like
Shocking.
most of my references, but it dawned on me.
Alan Alda's an asshole.
Now, it dawned on me, and I wanted to make this person my asshole. Even though personally I don't dislike him, I don't think he's as edgy and cool as he kind of portrays himself to be. My asshole of the week is Rob Zombie.
Okay.
And it's not that I didn't like White Zombie or any of his music. Mm-hmm. And I loved House of a Thousand Corpses.
I like part of it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought it was an interesting movie.
It was a good movie until they got into the basement scenes with Dr. Satan and shit, and it just got weird. You're just like, all right, well, this don't make any sense anymore. But go ahead.
But here's the part that fucked me up. And this pissed me off. And enough to where he's my asshole. Okay. Nathan is into horror movies big time. And he heard about this and he goes, can we watch it? And first I said, there's a lot of naked people in the Rob Zombie movies. Mm-hmm. But, he's 11.
Usually his wife.
Huh?
Usually it's his wife.
His wife's hot.
She's all right.
Yeah, I think she's hot. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
She's like white trash hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like hillbilly hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but Nathan's real good about when a naked scene comes on, he turns his head. He really, truly doesn't watch it. He does this. And am I good now? So anyway, we're watching House of a Thousand Corpses. It's fucking good. Parts of it, it's like you said, it's a fucking cheesy horror fucking slasher movie. Mm-hmm. Great. So we watch it. And he goes, and then we talk about it for a while. Oh, it was messed up when he did this and blah, blah, blah. So then he said, there's another one, Devil's Rejects. Mm-hmm. So we put on Devil's Rejects.
Great movie.
Yeah. I like that one much better.
That's the best one.
So then at the end of Devil's Rejects, when they're driving towards the posse that's blocking the road, and they each get shot like 500 times, it wasn't until then that I realized there was a third one, and all three of them survived it.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. There's no way on God's green earth you're going to survive 500 fucking shots. And all you're doing, what that last movie, Three from Hell or something like that.
Yeah, that's not even a good movie.
All that is a fucking money grab,
money grab.
Fuck.
Well,
that's all it is. I
he's-
like the first two movies, asshole. Why'd you do the third one? I know it's movie and it's fantasy, but at least make it at least partially believable. Now, I could see that one of them, the bullets missed every major organ, but all three, Otis and Baby too, and fucking Captain Spaulding, fuck you.
I think one
You're
of them
an asshole.
does die, don't they? I thought one of them did
No, all
die.
three of them got out of the fucking hospital.
Oh, yeah,
and
because there's
escaped.
3 from hell. But wasn't there 4 of them at one point?
There was 5 or 6 at one point.
Okay. Anyhow.
There was Tiny who walked into the burning building.
I don't
and killed himself.
disagree with you that's ridiculous, but my asshole, the reason why he would be an asshole more to me is because that was so bad of a movie. Like the third one was just awful.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
out of principle.
Don't. Because
Really?
I was excited. For one thing, let's go through Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie's first movie, that House of a Thousand Corpses, it was all right. It went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if his second movie was the
Devil's Rejects.
The Devil's Rejects, or did he get to the Halloweens before that?
Well, the second in that trilogy is what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm just talking about him in general, because I think that's the reason he went back to the third one. It was because he
the
tried
second one
doing...
was 3 years after the first one.
Because he tried doing other movies. And it turns out Rob Zombie can't direct movies that well or come up with that many good movie ideas. He had that one, batch of characters that worked. So like Kevin Smith, you revisited eventually because you realize your other movies aren't making you any fucking money, so I can make you some money. So he did bring him back. But, it's a horror movie. You got to remember fucking Freddy and Jason come back every time after they get killed. It happens, whatever. I know they're not supernatural like those people I just said. But either way, I don't... Having them survive in horror movies doesn't bother me as much as just making a shit fucking movie after that. I was looking forward to that. And you would think now at this point, he's like 12, 13 years into directing, that he would be better at his craft. Turns out he didn't get much better. I guess he was making shitty metal music still, or he didn't get to concentrate on it fully, or watching obscure movie from 1934 about the Loch Ness Monster that he gets his balls off on so much for.
I liked parts of both of those movies because it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Quentin Tarantino stuff when he threw in the old classic.
That's exactly what he was going for. He was like a horror movie of Tarantino, especially with the... with the dialogue parts, the part at the beginning when they're in the gas station and all that shit. That was classic Tarantino, and that's why I did like him. And that's why I thought Devil's Rejects was so good, because it was even more of that shit.
Yeah.
Outlandish, of course.
Because I think you didn't find out that Captain Spaulding was the dad until Devil's Rejects, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But the whole thing is, it was such an obvious fucking cash grab.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? Not all 3 of them survived 500 bullets each.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember how it was. how they justified that in the movie. I just remember
they
that
all
third
ended
movie.
up in the hospital and then they escaped.
Well, that's fine. I just don't remember how that actually came about. I just remember that third movie being so bad. And I think it relied a little bit more on Baby too, and she is just such an awful actress.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah, so it was just really bad, man.
But I mean, like the rest of the movie, as far as like most of House of a Thousand Corpses, but then Devil's Rejects, I mean, I pretty much liked all of it. I liked
Devil's
the plot
Rejects
with Johnny
was a legit
Trejo
movie.
and
Yeah, I thought that was a legit good horror movie. Like it was,
and
it
then
was
at
fun.
the end, I'm like, perfect ending.
Yeah.
They're saying "fuck you" to the cops. We're not going to let you take us.
Go in a blaze. It's fun.
And it showed the bullets hitting every part of their bodies.
Yeah.
And then I find out they all three survived it. Fucking cash grab, asshole.
Yeah, it's like
Pissed me off.
that most recent Jay and Silent Bob. It is so bad. Like Kevin Smith can't revisit that world anymore. It's not good.
And Jay cut his hair real short.
Well, either way, it just is not good. Like they don't do a good job of it anymore. It's done. Move on. If you can't create new shit, then live off that shit. I'm sure you're fine. Do your little stupid podcast. Move on with your life.
But when you're
work.
typecast only in this, just do only that.
My asshole of the fucking month is the Metro bus system.
I hate it.
All right. Anton's had to get my son Anton's gone back and forth to work. It's like 7 a.m. is when he leaves, and he comes home like 3:30 in the afternoon. And, he had to walk about a mile to the bus stop because that's the closest one anyways. Well, they decided to stop using that bus stop because there's a sewage. They're redesigning the sewer system on some other random street. Now, if you followed the bus system, they never had to stop using that street.
Yeah.
They could have kept them picking them up at that same bus stop for no problem at all. They might have had to make one more turn. But no, the whole bus system changes, cuts off 2 different bus stops. All right. Now his closest bus stop is 2 fucking miles away, which is a long walk, especially in the cold winter and stuff. Yeah. And they just don't give a fuck. They don't
they're
just fine. They're just like, yeah. And then since we don't technically live in the city of Cincinnati, we're literally less than a quarter mile away from it, or maybe a half mile away from the city of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Their access, which is the bus system used to pick up people with disabilities and stuff,
right,
will not pick him up because they're outside of the city of Cincinnati. So the Metro won't help out that way either.
Oh,
so basically they're just like,
kind of fucked.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, go fuck yourself. You figure it out, which is cool. That's a good way to treat just people with disabilities.
Yeah.
Sweet guys, good job.
Yeah, we'll give you a lot of programs
for no
and stuff,
fucking reason. They changed the whole fucking bus route over redoing a sewer line on a street that they just passed by.
Yeah.
I do not fucking get it, man. I want to go there and give them a piece of my mind, man.
How about a strongly worded letter?
Strongly worded letter. I'm letting Carmen deal with that. Give them the black lady energy.
Yeah. Did she have that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, does she? I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Yeah. I mean, the voice don't change much, but yeah, she has the. She gets into it. Yeah, she gets angry.
Well, I think every woman gets angry.
No.
You don't think?
No, not lesbians. They stay angry.
I want a lesbian guest.
I don't know any.
I don't know any really. I mean, we know lots of them.
Do we?
Yeah,
not like close.
None like Brent that are gonna. The lesbians that we know are generally in monogamous relationships. As Brent said, lesbians are monogamous.
I don't know any lesbians that are just gonna go out there and talk about licking puss. Honestly,
that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't.
There's got to be one out there.
I'm sure there's one, but they're probably stripper. Something like that.
Strippers will do anything. I worked in a titty bar. I can say that, and I'm not stereotyping. I worked in a titty bar. I know. For the almighty buck or the almighty Xanax bar, they'll do anything.
The almighty Xanax, but the Xanax bar is like cash and
there it was.
Pills are like cash in general.
There it was.
A strip club, man. You got a couple of Oxycontins and a Xanax, you can get a lot done.
It was so funny because when I was working at the titty bar, at the end of the night, I would go into the dressing room where they were all just walking around naked, and I would sit in the chair, and they knew it was time to pay up, and they would come and pay me, and I'd scratch their name off the list. And the whole topic of conversation between all of them was Xanax bars. Did you get any? Do you have any? Where can we get some? Because they got money now, so they want to buy the fucking Xanax bars. And I'm like, I've never taken Xanax. I don't know what it does.
It's heaven.
Is it speed?
No, it's Xanax. It's no, Xanax are cool, man. I used to love that. That was probably my second favorite drug for a period of time. I would say ecstasy was definitely my favorite drug ever when I was getting into that. Xanax probably were better than painkillers to me. Xanax were great because you take, I don't remember the milligrams, but let's say I had one Xanny bar, which is like 4 of the little ones.
Okay.
and you can't feel your legs after a little while. You just feel like you're walking on clouds. You're just
Really?
like, you're just like, hey guys, you know what I mean? Like you can feel them, but it literally feels like you're walking on clouds. You stand up and you just get that funny little feeling.
What is Xanax prescribed for?
Anxiety.
Oh, it is.
Anxiety, yeah. You just relaxes you to the max. It's like a Valium, but different. No, Xanax were great. Xanax, they're just a great pill. I had a lot of fun with those.
Stripper's choice by
and
far.
I did a lot of those for a little bit. The problem is though, not problem. Maybe you want it, but either way, they are blackout central if you drink on them.
Oh, really?
I mean, that is just, you're just looking for a black. They're blackout central just if you take enough of them on their own. But if you take like one Xanny bar and drink, 6-7 beers, you're
done.
You're not.
You're me on weed.
You're not going to remember it though. It's not even that. Yeah, you can get raped. You know what I mean? As a guy.
It's one of those deals.
Yeah, you're out of it, I guess. I guess not there because you're. No, I guess you wouldn't be able to rape me. You ain't raping me, dude. You can get that out of your head right now.
I just, like I said, I haven't done a lot of
what I'm
drugs.
saying is you can control yourself, but you probably won't remember it the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've done some stupid shit.
Well, you know what? You probably, even if you can control yourself, you probably can't fight very well.
No, and you get a little emotional too. It's not the best drug as far as that shit's concerned. It wasn't the best drug to take as like a early 20-year-old going through some shit in his life. You know what I mean? But that's what I liked, and I understand why strippers like it too.
Man,
it makes you numb to the world. I mean, you have to be numb to the world, though. You get off that stage with these fucking creeps the whole time, and you're only making money because you got tits. Like
that's it.
You just have to feel bad about your life.
Thing about those
and you
titty
just want to
bars
get
is-
off that fucking stage and load up on Xanax and just not feel anything for the next 6 hours.
Well, it's so
I get
funny
it.
because at the titty bar, there's the cream of the crop,
Mm-hmm.
the Barbie doll, Playboy magazine. The average, which are still pretty hot.
And then day shift.
The bottom of the barrel. But they came in on night shift too. The whole thing
Late
about it
nights.
is group of guys that would come in, or even one guy. A lot of people came into those titty bars alone, which is the weirdest thing. to me.
Super weird.
Yeah, they're there to. So anyway, they would come in, and if the cream of the crop was gone and all these were gone, they'd take whoever. We just want to see tits. And
No,
an
I get
ass.
it. No, there's.
I don't care if it's a fat ass and saggy tits. You got tits. Come over here. We're going to give you lots of money.
Like the good ones, in like the busy areas, I imagine, work at they'll work the lunch hour, where the businessmen might come in for their lunch, big money there. But then the ones that are there from like 9 to like 10 or 9 to like 11 a.m. and then from like, 2 to 5. And then the ones that are there from like 4 to 8, you know what I mean? Like those
there was rules at
those
this
are
titty
different kinds of strip clubs or
There was
or
rules
strippers.
at this titty bar. Now, I worked.
You don't want to be the opener, even in the strip club.
If you came to work there, you literally had to stay 4 hours. Had to, because if you didn't, don't come back tomorrow. You're getting punished. You don't get to come back. So these girls would come for 4 hours, and they could tell the ones that just wanted to come in and make enough money for some drugs and get the fuck out of there. They came in, they did their 4 hours, and they'd walk up to me and say, "Can I leave yet?" I'd look at my clock and say, "Yeah, you can leave now." And they would fucking leave and go get Xanax bars. And you could tell the ones that had kids that were there to make money, they would be there from the time I got there till the time I fucking left, and they'd make a shit ton of money. But the girls there are more fucked up than the guys.
Well, yeah,
And I realized, everybody says, well, if you had to sell your body, I didn't feel bad for most of these girls. Most of these girls were money-hungry, drug-hungry bitches. And they were there for that.
No, but if you probably got to know them a lot better, that's where you would start feeling bad about them because you realize they were that way because their dad was never there in their lives, or
There's that.
They got raped by their uncle when they're 11, shit like that. A lot of those girls are so damaged, and if you really were to look into their past, you'd see why. But on a basic level, you just see a bitch, addicted to Xanax and going through whatever. You don't.
Well,
know
I mean,
why,
I tried to be open-minded about
Well,
it.
don't get me wrong.
I'm
I'm
not
not
judge these girls.
No, I'm judging them. When I did the same thing you did, dude. I'm not going to walk up or see some girl all like and walk up. Oh, what's your life story? So I can try to understand why you're like that. I'm just going to look at her and go, loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever. And move on with my life.
I saw fights in the dressing
I get
room.
it.
There was fights, naked fights.
Ooh, those are good fights.
Let me tell you, I saw totally
Any
nude, rolling around on the
titty
ground
twisters?
fights. I didn't see titty. It was mostly hair
I
pulling.
want to see a girl like legitimately try a titty twister in a fight.
I didn't see that, but I did see two butt-naked girls
Wouldn't it be great?
rolling around pulling each other's hair.
And like the UFC, if that was someone's like, if that was a move and then you got someone to tap out to a titty twister. just fucking tapping. All right, we have to get to this.
Oh, yeah.
Shooby-doo.
You are now tuned in to Sex Advice from an aging
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I've got some fantastic sex advice.
All right, get to it.
I'm going to give you a product that no matter what you do, don't ever think about using this fucking product. Butt Eater came over about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Came over to the house. For some reason, she had a bag with her, like a gym bag, overnight bag. She goes, I brought some things.
Oh, I thought she was spending the night.
No. Fuck no.
Getting
She
some cuddles
doesn't
in.
want to spend the night either.
Getting some cuddles in.
So she pulls out these fucking 2 tubes. And KY, I think it was KY for him and KY for her. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
2 different bottles, a blue one and a pink one. They're lubes because sometimes when she gets really drunk, she doesn't get very wet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the case.
Dry hole.
Well, it wasn't totally dry, but I think it's the case with a lot of girls. You get shit-faced drunk, you just don't get really wet. So she bought
Your
these.
pussy's retarded.
And she said, here's yours and here's mine. I squirted it on my hand, fucking rubbed it all over my dick.
Mm-hmm.
She did the same.
She rubbed it all over her dick?
Her pussy. She just did it in the whole part.
Mm-hmm.
Within
Yeah, I wouldn't.
4 minutes, I couldn't feel my dick. Not only did it numb it so fucking bad to where I couldn't feel it, it kind of felt like it was asleep and it was physically painful. It numbed it so bad.
Yeah, you probably weren't supposed to use so much.
For her, it was supposed to be, hey, I'm wet now.
For you, it's supposed to make you last longer.
longer.
I've used those before.
It hurt so fucking bad, it started burning. Literally burning. And I'm sitting there, we were fucking, and I'm going, this burns. Is it mine that's burning or is it yours that's burning? And she said, I don't know, but my shit hurts too. And I went to the fucking bathroom and I literally took a soapy rag and I'm cleaning my dick off. It didn't help. For about 30 to 35
it's
minutes.
already sunk into the skin, dude. That's probably lidocaine or some stupid shit.
I'm thinking that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, it didn't make it enjoyable. I didn't want to stay hard because when it was hard, everything was stretching. It hurt more.
You were probably supposed to use like a very small amount where you were thinking, and her fault, Butt Eater, you said lube. All right, so when
It
you
says
use
personal lube.
and when you use lube, you use a lot of lube. But if it's one of those kind of things, I don't think you're supposed to use a lot. You're supposed to just enough to make it.
It hurt so bad. I got some in my pee hole.
Yeah,
And my pee hole was burning. My the top of my balls was burning because of this stuff. Everything was so numb. It felt like it was swollen. Not hard swollen, but like medically swollen. And when I put it in the first time, it didn't kick in the pain part until we were fucking already. So we're fucking. All of a sudden I'm going, this isn't good. As a matter of fact, this kind of hurts.
you should have took it as a personal affront too. You don't think I stay hard long enough for you? Or you don't think we fuck long enough? What's going on?
No, I told you
I need to
sometimes
last
she
longer?
has to use the wet one when she's drunk.
I get her that, but she gave you shit that's also that.
No, I last a long time.
Well, that's what I mean. She said, why does she get you the shit that numbs your dick?
I don't know. Maybe she thought it was, added sensitivity.
Didn't read the label?
Because on the label it says clearly, diminishes sensitivity.
Yeah.
While lubricating. Blah, blah. Bottom line is, it was really physically painful, and I don't mean like, this kind of hurts a little. This was like, oh my god, this really hurts. Because I think maybe because I got it in my pee hole.
Yeah. But it's impossible not to get it in your pee hole.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, how could you not?
And especially when I'm sticking Mr. Happy in her hole and it's also lubed up. I didn't know if hers was the painful one or mine, but I do know
typically they don't do that to them. They just do it to us so we can last longer.
But here's what I do know.
Yeah.
I didn't finish.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't feel your dick.
I couldn't. I literally took my finger and was beating the head of my dick, and I felt nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I think it's KY for him and her is what it's called. Don't use this fucking product, fellas. Buy Astroglide or the normal lube if you need it.
I think the stuff I used was just a Pure Romance brand.
It's all the same.
But I mean,
it
it wasn't lube. Well, I don't think it was lube. It was the numbing shit. But it didn't hurt me. You know what I mean? Like it did what it was supposed to do.
This hurt.
Like it was fine. It wore off after 15 minutes or whatever. And,
oh my God. I'm telling you, it was like kind of agony. And when I really started getting scared, when I literally went in and soaped up a rag and cleaned everything. Mm-hmm. But here's the worst part.
Because it sucks to your skin.
But here's the worst part. As painful as it was, and as much as I couldn't feel my dick, it wouldn't go down. I kept thinking if I get soft, it'll take that away. But I think it also does something with the fucking blood vessels in there that says stay hard. It's like stay hard and you can't feel anything.
Would it be cool if your dick was beet red for the next 3 weeks?
It never changed
It just
colors.
looked like a tomato as you plop
but
it
it
out.
looked really, it looked big. And that's why it looked girthier. And I'm thinking, there's something in there that's fucking swollen.
So there was a
this
part of
thing
it
up.
you liked.
No, there was no part of it I liked.
Well, the girthier
I
part.
mean, I kind of liked the way the dick looked in it. But, I mean, when I say physically painful, like when you go to the doctor, he says 1 to 10, how bad's your pain level? This was 6.5.
6.5 on the
It wasn't just, hey, this burns a little. I had no intention of continuing to fuck. She didn't want to either. But I'm thinking that hers wasn't burning her. It was from when we were screwing, and mine got on her.
Could have been, yeah. It could have been just yours.
Because she said, oh, my God, my pussy hurts. And I'm like, well, yeah, so does my dick.
And you want to go, and then you realize, no, it's my dick burns
But here's
too.
the worst part about it. Instead of doing the obvious, which I would have done, and throwing it in the fucking garbage, just put the lids on, put it back in the bag.
She's going to make some other poor fella. She's going to just see if you're a pussy.
It hurt. No, she was in pain too.
You got a price?
That I didn't get.
All right, well, we don't have time for it anyway, so that's fine. We'll get straight to our fuck yous and get out of here.
I gotta fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Hamilton County, Ohio. Or the city of Cincinnati. I don't know which of you is responsible. But nothing pisses me off more than this.
All right.
I get off work at 2 in the morning.
Me too.
Okay? You do too.
Sometimes.
The whole point is, for the last 4 or 5 months, whenever they fucking feel like it, with no previous warning, they close the 74 on-ramp so I can't get there. And the worst part is, when I get on the freeway at Ezra Charles and I'm heading towards 74, when that's closed off, the backup is all the way to fucking Ezra Charles.
At 2 in the morning?
At 2 in the morning.
Wow.
Mostly trucks.
Okay, yeah.
But the whole point is, they cut it down to 1 lane to continue on 75, and they blocked off my exit. The whole point is, for me, the alternate route is a good 10 to 15 minutes out of the way to get where I'm going. And my whole point is, can't you let fucking people know when you're going to close it? They close it for no apparent reason. Obviously, they're doing work, but the whole point is, it's not like today and tomorrow and the next day. It's today, and then 10 days from now, they do it again, and then 2 weeks later, they do it again.
I think it's an Ohio thing.
Fuck Ohio, then.
I only say that because, all right, they did work in 471 for like 2 years, all right? Or maybe less than that, but either way, they were doing work in 471. And in Ohio, they would do the same fucking thing. On Liberty Street, they would block it off sometimes. Just, sometimes.
Whenever.
So I couldn't get to the 471 exit. Now, I could get to it going through the city, so it wasn't as bad as a detour as you had to go through.
Right.
It's like a 5-minute detour instead of 15 minutes. But either way, like, you never knew. It wasn't like, Saturday through Monday, it's going to be blocked. And
Right.
you know what I mean? Okay, and then they crossed over into Kentucky and kept on working on 471. In Kentucky, the whole time would have big signs, this date through this date, this exit's closed. This date through this date, 1 lane on there. You know what I mean? And they spelled it out every time. So you knew, all right, I can't take 471 home. I have to go Columbia Parkway this night because this has happened. Or I can't get off at this exit to go to Walgreens. I got to go off this exit to get to it. And you knew, but Ohio, they didn't do that. Now, I'm pretty sure that was part of the same construction project. So I'm thinking it's an Ohio thing, or Hamilton County, or whatever. They could be counties. I don't know how it fucking
See,
works.
the thing about it was, even if they didn't give any notice, once I get on 75, I'm locked in and I'm fucked. There's 1 exit between there, and it's Hopple. And if I do get off on Hopple, I can get home.
Yeah, down Westbrook Northern and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's an extra 10 or 15 minutes out of my fucking way. But the whole point is, it's not like I can get on, I'll just get off the next exit and go this way. You're fucked. You're stuck. And not only is the traffic all the way back here, they gave you no fucking warning that they were going to do it.
And no one wants to drive through North Fairmont either.
No, and that's literally what I have to drive through if I take the alternate route.
Yeah, you go to Baltimore. Did you see they found some severed body there? They found the head finally.
Did they?
Yeah. They found the body like, a month ago. And then I think like last week they found the head. They don't know who the fuck it is still. But they found just some dead, severed body.
The year I moved here.
In the 30s.
The year I moved here, they had a fucking...
In their 30s.
A guy was supposedly fell off a barge and drowned in the river. And they fucking trudged the river. And they didn't find the body, but they found 2 others Like they were just at the bottom of the fucking
bodies
river.
all over the place. Yeah.
They were just at the bottom of the fucking river.
Of course.
But I mean, this is such an inconvenience for me when you do this shit. And it's an inconvenience for the hundreds of other cars who are sitting there literally. When they do this, I can literally turn my car off for 5 to 10 minutes because I'm not moving an inch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fucking let somebody know. Hey, we got enough workers tonight. We're going to do it tonight. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
So fuck you.
Fuck you. And fuck you, Bill Clinton, David Copperfield, and that fucking old dead cripple Stephen Hawkins, all right? Among others. Mention finally these Epstein documents are finally getting released, all right? And what's funny is they're releasing them like they're meaning for media purposes. Like, oh, we'll get one this week, one the next week, one, so we could just really hammer it. And Bill Clinton, I think in the first one's mentioned like 68 times.
Well, no, he's the main guy.
He's a diddler.
Yeah.
All right, Bill Clinton diddles.
Bill Hawking's dick didn't work. Or Stephen Hawking, his dick didn't work.
You can still be a diddler without a working dick.
Move.
Put your pussy on my face. You know, shit like that. Apparently he participated. According to these things, he participated in the orgies, the underage orgies with the prince.
Really?
Prince Andrew, whatever his name is. Now, this is just the testimony from one lady. You know what I mean? But it's finally got redacted. And there's certain things in it that have got proven to be not, proven innocent.
Yeah.
But everything I'm reading, certain ones like the Hawking and all those other ones, and not so much. All right.
I mean, do you really think Tom Hanks did?
Tom Hanks isn't in it.
He isn't?
No, there's
his
so
name was
many
mentioned before.
Well, just people been throwing out names from the beginning. That's why I'm happy to finally get these released. There's a big thing going on right now with Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel. Big rivalry going on because Aaron Rodgers said that Kimmel's going to be on the list, and now Kimmel's all fucking pissed off. Spent like 9 minutes on the show just ripping Rodgers, like seriously mad. And Rodgers had to come back and say, "I don't think you're a pedophile." But it's a whole thing. But let's hope you're not on the list. I'm saying no one knows right now.
So bottom line is, Aaron was at the fucking island and saw Kimmel there.
No, he's just throwing out all these names just like everybody else is throwing out names. Everybody just wants to throw out names because it makes you the worst thing. Yeah. Pedophilia is the worst thing. Everybody can agree, right?
Without
so
doubt.
There's a history of this. In the history of the world, they've been doing this forever to take down people that try to frame them as pedophiles. Now, sometimes true, sometimes not. Bill Clinton's case, probably true. Actually, it's true. Bill Clinton liked to fuck little girls. Or not little girls, but 15, 16, 17-year-old underage girls. All right? Yeah. That was his thing. Prince Andrew over there, definitely fucking some little girls. David Copperfield, we don't know, but he's mentioned and he's at the parties, and apparently he asked this girl, do you know that they help find girls here, right? So obviously he knew what was going on. So David Copperfield doing a little abracadabra on that pussy somewhere. Who else we had on that list? I think Chris Tucker, but he was only on the plane, so you can't prove anything because this plane apparently was used for all sorts of charity things. So
okay. So because there is a log of everybody who
you can legitimately just be on this plane and
that's
just
what
be
I think
doing,
Tom Hanks was on.
Yeah, and maybe it didn't mean shit. You know what I mean? But I think the island's a different story. I think if you were trusted to go to this island, that's where the shit went down apparently. And there was a lot of people. Hillary, multiple times, and that makes me think. You think Hillary and Bill are swingers? You know what I mean? Like, they can't really expose that, but I mean, if they're both going to this island, that means she knows. You know what I mean? That Bill's going to go get his fuck on. Is she going to go maybe get her les on? Because we've always had that. Everybody's had
les
that.
On.
Well, I mean, or maybe fuck, but either way, I'm just saying everybody's had that secret feeling that Hillary was a lesbo. So maybe she was comfortable with her husband getting his fuck on because she wasn't really into him anyways. And at this island, she can now get hers on also. So it is a possibility, and it is kind of fucked up that she went to this goddamn island so many times too. So I'm putting her on my fuck you list. I'm putting Bill on my fuck you list. David Copperfield is right there on my fuck you list. And Stephen Hawking's that little creepy fuck,
I don't see how Stephen Hawking
Why else is he there?
Nothing works.
What's he there, doing science?
The bottom of his chin don't work. Nothing works.
Still, right now, if I was the David Copperfield abracadabra your ass and make you a cripple, you still want some pussy in your face?
I couldn't feel anything.
Doesn't matter. Would you still want pussy in your face?
No.
Bullshit.
I couldn't do anything with the pussy in my face.
I guess.
What happens when you see a pussy in your face? You want to fuck, right? You can't fuck.
But if you can't fuck, I think you still have an attraction to pussy and tits.
But
if you're
what I'm
girls,
saying is, he didn't fuck him. Does that make him a pedophile? He didn't fuck anybody.
But if he has a titty in his face and he's licking it, He's a pedophile.
I don't think his tongue worked. I really don't. I don't think anything worked.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, you don't go to that island.
His neck didn't even work. He was like this for the last fucking 20 years. I mean, nothing
See, right
worked.
there, you just wham. That could be on a pussy.
I guess technically it could.
Yeah, dude, I think he's up to some shit. I don't care if his dick worked or not.
They would have to build about a 4-foot platform to put the pussy on because he can't lay down next to you.
Are you sure the dick didn't work?
Nothing worked.
Well, he couldn't feel nothing, but it didn't mean the blood still didn't go there, and he might still got a boner.
My guess
because
is
a lot of those
nothing
paraplegic,
worked.
that is a thing. They still get boners. They just can't feel them. So
he had Lou Gehrig's.
Yeah, the ALS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, it made him a paraplegic.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And I think if Lou Gehrig's, you still feel things, right? Like, I think if you got Lou Gehrig's and you can't operate your arm, but if I go cut it off, you're going to be like, ow. You know, I don't think that's
no,
anything.
You'd be like, ow.
You know what I mean? Nah, dude, he ain't getting away with it just because he's a cripple.
He's dead now.
I'm not letting it. Well, either way, his legacy now is a pedo.
The smartest pedo in the world.
Smartest pedo, dude. He was doing fucking algebra on those titties. You know, either way, he was doing it.
Well, I mean, if he was on the list, he was on the list.
That's
I'm
what I
just
mean.
saying it doesn't make any sense to me because
he's not going there to
worked.
figure out fucking theories.
But maybe some people really truly thought, hey, it's this private island. I go there, I drink, I lay on the beach.
They all knew, dude.
You think?
They all knew, dude. Of course they know. Trump
know when you go back the second time. But maybe the first time you went.
They knew.
Oh, well, I'm not saying they didn't.
Okay, you're right. If they go back more than once.
If you go once and you never go back again,
okay.
If you got records that you were on that island once
right.
and you never went back again, you could say, I went there, I didn't like what I saw.
Well, that's the funny thing, too, at how they're playing a lot of these news stations. They're like, you know, just because you're on the list doesn't have any criminal implications. You're like, come on, man. 68 times, Bill?
Yeah. Is that how many times he was there?
He was on this list 68 times. Yeah, like he was there like a ridiculous amount of times. You know, and all these girls say that, you know, that they had they used to massage all the time, but we knew what the massage was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, these girls were offered jobs as hostesses and waitresses and things like that, and then they were told you just can't leave unless you fuck all these guys.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation there
Supposedly
was.
they were being hired as basically eye candy to walk around and flirt with these guys. Hey, rich guys, we got to flirt with you. But then when they found out but they had to fuck, they're like, oh, I want to leave. Well, you can't leave.
Hey, that was another funny cat.
Fucking island, dude. You can't get off.
Another Katt Williams funny was he not only did he say P. Diddy wanted him to suck his dick, you know.
He said that?
Yeah, everybody's going after P. Diddy for being basically a pansexual. You know, he's fucking dudes, fucking girls, fucking who knows. P. Diddy is apparently a freak. And apparently these parties are eventually going to get out all the people that are at his parties too.
At the P. Diddy parties?
Yeah, and it's, you know, the level of freakness that's going on there. You know, him, you know, P. Diddy fucking Dwight Howard and all this stuff.
Oh,
it's crazy shit. But no, he
Lamar
said that.
Odom's getting spit roasted.
And then he said also that Harvey Weinstein wanted to suck his dick in order to be in a movie. And this is what he said. He's like, and I said no, blah, blah, blah. And then I showed up and there was 3 other black guys. So we know what they had to do. You know, and it's like, so he just.
And he was serious about all this.
Well, he says he was. Who knows? He also said he ran a 4.3 440. He also said he's faster than Tyreek Hill. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He said he never smoked crack. That guy was on crack for a while, dude. It was obvious.
Now I got to watch it.
You can see a crackhead from a mile away.
How long was the interview?
About 2 hours.
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was a good one, dude. It's good. It's good. It's funny. It's consistently funny throughout, and the stuff he says is either just completely crazy or you're like, you know, because it's one of those things
he's
too.
Totally alienated himself from thousands of people.
But he's totally bought himself into more people. If you notice now, he's on tour right now, and it's a stadium or an arena tour. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing, you know, on Facebook, you see people interested in this. I've seen like 9 people interested in Katt Williams that I would have never thought would have been interested in going and seeing Katt Williams, who's been to the city probably once a year for the last 10 years, and you never seen a bunch of people hopping on it then. So if he used it to get his name back in the news, it fucking worked, and he picked up a lot of fans from it. And then there's people like me that think he's crazy, but I'll still watch him because I think he's funny. You know, at least I'll tune in. It doesn't mean I'm going to think it's funny every time, but I'll at least give Katt Williams a try each time as far as when his special comes out on Netflix.
But man, you go after a lot of famous and sounds like pretty powerful people. I mean, you're going to find a way to get blacklisted somewhere.
And that's where you're seeing all the comments too. Katt's going to come up missing. You know, Katt's going to get Epstein.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. So I don't know. We'll see. He set himself up. But yeah, watch that interview. It's funny if nothing else.
But I mean, like saying P. Diddy wanted to suck your dick. I mean, P. Diddy still got a hand in probably a third of the music that's produced R&B music.
No, P. Diddy's getting that R. Kelly treatment right now because of all the shit coming out about
Well,
him.
he is
you know
dead,
what I mean?
yeah.
So people
But
weren't
before that, he
associated
was
with him.
producing
Oh, yeah,
everybody.
before that, he was huge.
Yeah, produced everybody.
Well, that
Fucking-
was kind of his point, is these people that are so much in charge of the industry are asking people to do some fucked up things for them. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
kind of his thing. Like and he was saying people give him shit for calling out black people. And he's like, he's like, this isn't a race thing. It's a right or wrong thing. He kept on saying, and he's a man of God, because
is he?
Yeah. His dad was a preacher and he was some shit like that, but he was homeless. Who knows? He's fucking nuts. Either way, it was a good interview and we got to go. You got to go pick up the kid. And this is episode 200. Had some good moments, right?
Tune in next week.
Hey, until then, this is an old ending that we still haven't fixed.
Hello.
Kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.